Right. Hello, guys. Happy almost witching hour. This is High Priestess Jamila. And so, if you are a client, I'm going to send you the link to this video so that I can give you the inflow. Well, not all of it. I can't tell you everything. But I can tell y'all what I know, some of what I know. And it's better to be prepared for the Lionsgate on August the 8th than to not be prepared. Okay? I'm going to tell you why. You know what? I was almost distracted from it. Boy, it's a lot of boy. That, mm, mm. They want us to be distracted. Goodness gracious. I just so happened to, because I'm subscribed to Good Vibes, which is like it's a channel that does, all kinds of frequencies and stuff. And they've got like a active Lionsgate portal frequency that they're playing right now. And I said, oh, I remembered last year. So I'm going to tell y'all about last year, the experience that I had on Lionsgate. And I know exactly why I had that experience. And I'll never forget it. Well, I'm not going to say I'll never forget it, but it's only been a year since then. So, yeah. Anywho. So it's better to be prepared because there's many rituals that are going to be done on that day. And it is not just rituals that is being done by your petty adversaries. Like, this is global. This is, hold on. It's global, is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm already dealing with enough. But of course, we can talk about it in private. Okay. So Lionsgate is, of course, on August the 8th. Okay. And we will be at a 100% full moon on August the 8th in Sagittarius. So what that means is that, wow, many good things to manifest. That's great because Sagittarius energy is obviously the abundance of Jupiter. Okay. And then, you know, and I know it's a lot of people that don't believe in astrology, but this stuff has been getting researched for thousands of years. And so they know what they're talking about as far as like when, with the constellations and why Sagittarius is connected to Jupiter. There's a reason why. Okay. And I'm not an astrologist. I have school for it, but I understand more of a metaphysical, spiritual level. Okay. So pretty much for collective and my clients, and just for anyone that is wondering, anybody that is thinking about connecting with me, or if you do connect with me, I did throw my cards, and the first card that I got is the Nine of Swords in the upright position. And so immediately that tells me that there are going to be many rituals that is being done to manipulate and to control your reality, the way you see things. And so what I can tell is that on that day of Lionsgate, surrounding that day, you're going to see a lot of people just acting cray-cray. Just like, honestly, it is going to be insanity. is what I can tell, because it's, you know, pretty much anxiety, fear is going to be getting fed out to the world and landing, unfortunately, on random people, having various effects on different people. Okay. uh yeah, so um and then also the swords is connected to the mind. So I definitely can see rituals being done to dominate your mind. Okay. And your spirit. Now, Nine of Pentacles comes up inverted next. So it's a double nine for some reason. Comes up, Nine of Pentacles comes up inverted, which is connected to Saturn. Again, the attempts of destiny stealing is still being made. I am so sick of this shit. It does not actually work. It's stupid. But you can tell that that's what's going to be happening. Um, and then the Judgment card comes up next to that in the upright position. Then the Two of Pentacles comes up upright. The Death Rebirth card, because y'all didn't see my new deck because I started using the new deck immediately to do readings. So I didn't even get to get the chance to do the flip through with you, but it's a Death Rebirth card, comes up in the upright position. And then the Ten of Cups in the inverted position. The Devil card inverted, the Six of Pentacles inverted, the Two of Cups upright. So I didn't have to throw any other cards, the same old dumb shit. It's so annoying. It really is. Anyway, but we do what we do about it. And so let me tell y'all about last year. Last year, something was happening. Something big and awful. It was terrible. Let me tell y'all what I went through last year. I was sitting there on Lionsgate, and all of a sudden, I just felt this horrific anxiety. Horrific. Almost like something was trying to steal my soul. It was awful. I became very ungrounded. Very ungrounded. And it was just like awful. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And so this year is going to be quite different. Number one, I'm not going to have any marijuana in my system. Number two, I'm not going to have any alcohol in my system. Number three, I'm ready. Number three, I'm ready. Hey, Unicali. So pretty much, just FYI, what a lot of you guys need, especially those of you that are witches, is that you need a uh pretty much, if you're a witch, you were cursed and marked at birth, and my suggestion is a Sabbath doll that is connected to or close to your date of birth. And I don't mind doing that for witches. You know, they've got us in a mode to where, and this really irritates the entire fuck out of me, because witches should be sticking together. Really irritating. Really. If you feel some type of way, you should have an intuition that it is some kind of trick. However, when you connect with witches, it's always, oh, she's trying to destroy me and something's happening. And it's like, you're dumb, is what's happening. You're dumb. And you're getting ready to do a bunch of dumb, messy shit. Okay. So anyway, I just had awful anxiety. Like, it was awful. Like, I literally, Like I was trying to ground myself. Like I literally had to go. Like I literally, that's what grounding yourself is for. That's what we mean by grounding yourself. I became, it was like very spontaneous. I became very ungrounded. It was not normal. It was not good. And so y'all don't even want to know what the fuck I had to do. Like, I'm going to tell y'all straight. I'm not saying that the medical industry was doing it, but I'm saying that medical witchcraft was being used on me. This is where something is being done to make you feel like something is wrong, or either it could be a side effect. But I remember the work that I had to do, and I think I documented it as well. Um, but I remember literally having to do a reversal. Like I'm talking about a super duper fucking fast reversal, like within seconds. Like after a while, like I just kept trying to sit down, and I was talking to my son, and I was like, I was like, something ain't right. I was like, something ain't right. And so then I lay back down, try to ground myself. Something ain't right. Something ain't like. So this year I'm gonna be prepared for it. And I think what I'm gonna have, I'm gonna figure out how to be prepared for it in advance. But what you guys can do, first of all, everybody that comes into um my Saturn power group is gonna automatically get some kind of protection. But I'm gonna tell y'all straight the fuck up and down. Some of y'all got some stuff going on to where it's so many energies against you. It is the most ridiculous, insane thing. You know, y'all do know that a lot of people in this world have went fucking insane. So better to be protected. But then also at the same time, look at the opportunity. Now everybody's information is not going to necessarily be the same, but there is a such thing as a universal adversary that we're facing, which I believe, because of that judgment card, I believe that it has something to do with the past. I believe that it has something to do with invoking spirits of the past. I think that it has something to do with religion. Because, of course, even though religious people say that witchcraft or ritual is wrong, they're still going to have their own rituals that they're going to be doing that day. I listen. I don't even don't even get me to explain it because I don't know. Okay, all I know is that we're gonna have all hands on deck, and we are actually preparing now. Okay. The thing of it is that a lot of you guys can manifest like so much abundance. I'm going to take a picture of this reading so that I can dissect it a little bit more when I get off of here. Nine of Pentacles. That is beautiful. Oh, if it were upright, it would be beautiful. That's such an opportunity. I don't know what the fuck it is exactly that they do to try to close off our crown chakras. They're literally trying to, it's almost like, y'all remember that movie, Poltergeist, right? Part two. And remember when they told the story of Cain, of the preacher Cain? And Cain, basically what he did was he told his followers that the world was getting ready to end, right? He takes them down to a cave, shuts all of his followers off in a cave. The day of the end of the world came and went. He didn't let them leave. reminds me of that. They're like, they want to disconnect from source. They want us disconnected from source. Who is they? Well, it just depends. Egomaniacs, I guess. Whatever. They want us disconnected from source, basically. And even some of the little people that you're dealing with, they want to be disconnected from source. They are going to be feeding that day energetically, and invoking a lot of murderous spirits. All my people going to be protected by Valifol. Okay. So if you in my group, you'll be protected. And then a few others. A few other spirits are going to be protecting us. Basically trying to put y'all back in a cycle of unrealness, delusion, illusion. That's why that Ten of Cups is inverted, trying to put you back in a state of illusion, bondage. So you're going to need to be protected. So if you haven't gotten in my Saturn power group, you need to do so. But what we're up against, y'all got to get with the plan. And the plan is so valuable that I'm only discussing it in detail once you've made some kind of payment. Not really going to discuss how much my Sabbath spirit dolls are. You can contact me to find out that information, but it's extremely valuable. The work that I do keeps evolving, and so it's important. It's important because when you think about it, all of us were born around a Sabbath. Within that Sabbath, probably sometimes on the Sabbath. I know that for me, it was Litha, which is the summer solstice. But some of y'all, like I said, was born during Ostara. Some of y'all were born during Sam Haines. Some of y'all, and so you know, and so on and so forth. So a lot of you guys really, really, really need to take a look at that. If you were born the end of if you were born like the end of July, for those of you born like, for example, the end of July, I have a child. My firstborn was born at the end of July in on the millennium. And that means that his sabbatic connection falls between the summer solstice and Lammas, which that like honestly, it makes no sense whatsoever, unless it's just some kind of otherworldly erroneous bullshit. Because all of us that were born under the fucking sun. All of us born under this shit, everything. Why would anybody need to take away from anybody else? It's kind of ridiculous. So I think that those people are being tricked personally. Okay. I think they're being tricked. People that do stuff like that. So, you know, and you just have to make sure that you protect yourself. Something about Lionsgate. Um, for me, I feel like a lot of you guys, like honestly, like it's been so much bullshit and giving scraps and shit the way that we've been given scraps and everything, and it's not that we've been given them, it's just that the setup has been for us to have a reduction in everything, to accept less. And it just it's so annoying. And you know, there's a lot going on in this world, guys, where there are a lot of people that have just said fuck it, I give up hope. It's, y'all wouldn't believe the amount of people that are walking around here that have given up hope. Like if you ain't got no hope, damn. I stay in hope 24/7. I don't ever give up hope. Even the past couple of months when I've been at my darkest, I have always known to not ever allow none of it to break me. You know what I mean? Yep. So, you know, you may want to know what's going on. I don't really have, what's today? Today's the 4th. I don't really have a lot of time to do individual uh zodiac sign readings, but maybe I can do the elements. Maybe I'll do that as far as like how the Saturn return is going to, not Saturn return, how the Lionsgate is cool. It really is. It's very cool. But y'all want to be careful of those bad portals. There's a bad portal coming in, a shadow portal coming in through Mercury. There's a shadow portal coming in through Pluto, Saturn, uh Neptune, uh definitely a lot of Saturn. And then Venus. Okay. Yeah, I agree, Unicali. Sometimes, Unicali, I feel like we're battling for the earth. It is, you know, and sometimes I think that we're literally battling with aliens. I think I might watch me some Independence Day tonight. You know, while I get the rest of this work done. But I'm gonna do this one last thing tonight, and then I'm taking my butt. Just I'm turned into a vegetable. You know, Will Smith is still Andy, okay? People be like, he's that's like, oh God, like God, I just don't feel like dealing. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I stay away from stuff like that. I just enjoy the movies, and they'd be like, well, they're doing this and that and da 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 and this, that, and the fucking third. You know what? Let me tell you something. Our ancestors survived. Shit been going on ever since silent movies. There's been singers, actresses, dancers. The same thing has been happening. Our ancestors dealt with it. You're here like your ancestors dealt with. What is the wasp about? Interesting. What is this about? Two estranged friends unveil a dangerous and deceptive plot that forever changes their lives. It's on MGM. Start free trial. I don't want to do no free trial, man, because then I'd have to cancel it. Yeah, I don't want to ever feel like how I felt. It'd be something in the air. And we know how to separate the air. They be doing all kind of stuff. It'd be shit in the air, and it's like, that's your air. That ain't my air. My air is pretty good over here. Got to get the fuck out of their reality, because they gonna be doing some stuff, and a lot of y'all are not. A lot of y'all ain't there. Ooh, Insidious, The Last Key. Is that free on here? Let me see here. No, they gonna try to charge me for it. I just don't know what I'm gonna watch. What did I say I was gonna watch? Independence Day. Do I really want to watch? I don't really want to watch no damn. I don't watch. I don't watch that movie. Y'all know him how many times I done watched Independence Day? Like 30,000 times. So yeah, I'm trying to ground myself, y'all, cause you can already feel it. Oh my goddess. Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. Man, yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you something. As an ordinary citizen of the United States and just a civilian, I'm gonna tell you something straight up and down. Like, I've never wanted to be an actress. I've never wanted to be a singer. I've never wanted any of that. I've never wanted to be a rapper. I've never wanted to get into entertainment. And so I'm just like, hey, I don't have nothing to do with a artificial intelligence and weirdness, and I'll let the movie roll. Like I'm just watching it. Like, is it not enough that I paid to see your movies? Like, what the fuck is going? What more do you want? It's a freaking trip. Yeah, you got to get protected because you can tell that swords are going to be thrown, which swords is frequencies, um, intention, you know. So you got to get protected, and then also protect your energy is what spirit is telling me, because there it will be a feeding day. And what are they gonna do? Like, if some alien or whatever the fuck that is came up to me and said, I am going to feed off, I'll be like, no, the fuck you ain't. Yes, I am. Oh, I bet you don't. Oh, I bet you don't. But see, the problem is that it's happening so much. The energy harvesting is happening so fucking much that we haven't even been able to, you gotta heal. You got to heal. So you have to stay under a healing frequency. You have to stay under certain frequencies. Otherwise, and then you also have to not, like they need to know, don't do that ever. Don't do that ever. You say, are you looking at me? You can see that I clearly am very, very lucid. You can see that I clearly can see what you're doing and what's going on. Not gonna happen. No dice. Now you can move along to the next person that has no fucking clue. I feel sorry for them, but just as long as it's not any of my children. I don't care if my blood tastes good. I don't care if my energy tastes good to you. It doesn't matter. And then of course, you know what I'm saying? I like the movies or whatever because I'm like the female Blade and shit. Like, I'm like a daywalker and shit. I'm like a hybrid. I am a vampiric witch. Just to let y'all know, why do y'all think I work with Lilith and Hecate? Hello. I don't feed off of people though. Yeah. So, it just is what it is. Run, sweetheart, run. And people know I don't feed off of them because when you come and watch my lives and stuff, and when you talk to me, I invigorate you. When you know what I'm saying? So people know. People know, man. People know what High Priestess Jamila is about. Okay. Ain't nobody mistaken. And I'm just a little old witch from the Midwest. But I will take my fangs out when I have to, when I'm under attack or something. The hell? Like, what the hell am I supposed to sit up here and go, just consume me? I don't care. Like, no. No dice. Stop it. Okay? Don't even. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with that. And so we'll be doing witchery on that day. Pure pure witchery with the wisdom of Lilith. I like who I am though, I do. All my little perks and my little quirks and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I was born with fangs. Okay. That's how my teeth grew in. But I don't feed off of people. I do have an affinity to bloody steak though. Yeah, so that's why I could never be like a vegan or whatever. I would totally die or something, you know. Your spiritual essence determines what your diet should be. My blood type is B positive. So there's certain things that, and I believe in the research that they've done as far as, and then also the spiritual connection that they have connected, uh, you know, and so, yeah, I do have draconian ties or whatever. But all draconians are not bad. It depends on who you ask. Okay. Baby vamp teeth. I do. But, I don't feed off of people. Doing work for people and helping people is not the same. It is not the same because my people do get something they get something greater in return. So, and I've been in business for 10 years and you know, I just and I'm very solid. I care about my reputation. I would never ever ever risk something that I enjoy doing and that I take very seriously. But I can tell y'all that a lot of the stuff, there's some people to avoid, real problems. They'll say, well, this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't want to say that because then I feel like a, a fraud because it's not for entertainment purposes only. You can just look back at your whole life, you know, just some of the experiences that you've had, some of the things that you've seen. Like, honestly, I'm journeying back home to KC. I can't wait to get there. But a lot of my self discovery came after I left. It was important for me to go on that journey, but it was always meant for me to go back to Missouri, to Mizzou, to the zoo. Okay. Oh, you gave up eating meat in 2019? Yeah, I can't give up eating meat. Mm-mm. I can't do it. Okay. I guess it's just something about, eating rotting flesh because, they say that it's rotting. You vegan or vegetarian, Unicali? I believe that depending on your spiritual nature, so you must not have any vampiric vampiric roots, because I don't believe that people that have those roots should be vegan, because what they end up doing is they end up feeding off of others. And I haven't sensed that from you at all, sweetie. I'm just saying, just to give y'all some information about that. Ooh, that sound good. Mhm. Unicali says she gave up eating meat, and Stevan's like, I ate chicken. Y'all so funny. Do you drink milk? Oh, okay. Well, I think that it could be a risk of that, like with ground beef or something. But I think if you get a T-bone, you know it's a T-bone. If you get a ribeye, you know it's a ribeye. You know what I mean? If you eating deer meat, you know you definitely eating deer meat. So what do you do? Do you drink milk at least? You don't drink milk? Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I subscribed to this vegan lady because she made some. It was some kind of. She made some. It was like some grilled tofu, and I actually really like tofu. I think tofu is an excellent source of protein. Um, in case we ever have a shortage of meat, tofu is an excellent, you know, alternative. So, anywho, back to what I was discussing about Lionsgate. Be prepared, and I'm talking about really prepared. Now if you want to do the deep preparation, I can only take like maybe a couple of people before then. You know what I'm saying? Because stuff has been coming at us so fast. It's been coming at us so fast, y'all. It's ridiculous. God. And you know what? Mainly for a lot of the people that, they kind of feel like the disadvantaged, which is really sad. Like, for example, if you came from somewhat of a dysfunction, or if they thought that your folks didn't love you or care about you, then, they said, oh, well, this is somebody I can take advantage of. Or if you are unmarried or something like that and got kids, oh, I can take advantage of this person. This is the kind of crud we dealing with out here. Rice. Oh, okay, so you do eat eggs. Good. Good. Rice, eggs, beans, macaroni, potatoes. Nice. Okay. So you do eat eggs. So you are pescatarian then. You're not vegan, you're pescatarian. Do you eat cheese? Any cheese at all? So, that's just what that is. I ate some stuff from a vegan restaurant. This was a few years ago. Somebody had ordered me some vegan food, and it tastes so good. Ooh, it was a vegan soul food restaurant that I ordered from. And okay, cool, nice. This was 100% vegan, y'all. Right? The food tastes so good. And instead of eating meat, it was like some kind of mushroom thing, and it was delicious. All of it was flavored perfectly. Do y'all know that before I went to bed, I was so hungry I had to eat something else? So it's it didn't, and I was full after eating that food. I ate the rest of that food, and then I ate some meat. Later on, I ordered a burger or something, you know. Um Yeah. Yeah. So, anywho, it was delicious though. I had like some kind of, it was like a Salisbury steak made with mushroom and macaroni and cheese, vegan mac and cheese. Of course, sweet potatoes. That's already vegan. And what else? I had some greens on it and a vegan. It's like vegan cornbread, and it was delicious. It was, but it just didn't fill me up. Like I was just like, I'm hungry. Oh, I love olives too and cucumbers. Ooh, have you had that cucumber Sorry about that, y'all. Uh, I had I had gotten this sriracha cucumber salad, and I think I told y'all all the ingredients, and it was some chili oil, mayo, and sriracha. And so we had made sandwiches on the side of it, so it was sandwiches and cucumber salad. And my son put that sriracha on my sandwich, and I bit into that. It was so damn hot. I don't like stuff too hot. And I said, "Well, I got the wrong sriracha or something because this stuff is hot. I don't like nothing burning my mouth. No. Is that when it messed up? I was asking you, did you have you ever had that cucumber salad? You can put olives in it, but we made it. We had some fried spam. It's got edamame in it. And the edamame was so good. It was a nice touch avocado, shredded carrots, red onions. What else was in that joint? Sriracha, mayo, chili oil. It was delicious. You should make it. If you like olives and cucumbers, I know you'll like that summer salad. You are fat, but so anywho. Be prepared for Lionsgate and get prepared for it for me. And I love to see y'all manifest. I do. It'll help you start to manifest again. And then also, guys, I meant what I said earlier about healing. I'm trying to overshadow that. Okay. Yeah, you can't overshadow anything I say. Okay. I don't know why they pick on healers so much. Stop. God. Just always got to have the last word. Only God has the last word. Only God has the last word. Goodness gracious. Ah, so I meant what I said about the healing. Is it jealousy? Are they jealous of healers? Like, that's a stupid thing to be jealous of. Like, God. Never seen such mundane paranormal activity in my life. It's ridiculous. And they'll say, well, normally I don't disrespect healers and spiritual people, but you black, so you're just a nigger bitch. And then that's when I say, okay, this conversation is over. The fuck? It's a glitch. I guess so, but do they know what the hell we've actually been through? Like, leave us alone. Goodness gracious. And then they'll try to throw stuff at you, you know. And if you say you're a healer, they'll say you're sick with some kind of disease. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, is there something else perhaps that you had to do? Maybe something, anything else that you had to do? God. Social media really gets on my fucking nerves. It really does. So, anywho, if you're already a client, you may want to consult with me about the whole thing. One of the reasons why I was so aware of what was happening, it was shit being thrown at my family, my whole family. And part of the reason why is because anything that's being thrown at my kids, anything, and we're working on eliminating the ability to do that, period, for them to do that. But anything thrown at my kids comes straight to me. I don't let shit touch my kids because I think it's utterly freaking ridiculous. If I could have protected them, I would have kept them completely out of social media. One of my god babies that I have under my radar is Krishan Rock's son, and I know that triggers people like, yeah. Some people love her, some people don't. But I feel like social media and some of the evil people in social media, they're not doing that little baby no good. And Krishan don't know how to fix it. She don't know how to fix it. You know. Okay, if it's something wrong with the child, then let her deal with it. Okay. But they're not helping the situation at all. The child can't grow. A lot of the stuff that kids go through, they grow out of it anyway. You notice that? Like a lot of kids, like, I was an awkward kid. Who the fuck ain't? What are we supposed to be ready for show business and spinning around and ready to, what the fuck are kids supposed to be ready to go on the casting couch or some shit? Like, these people in fucking social media get on my nerve. Something wrong with that child. He's supposed to, like kids are supposed to be doing dissertations at the at 2 months old, 2 months old and shit. Ridiculous. I remember, I was going through my awkward phase when I was little, and I would walk around and I would literally like walk around, and I'm not bullshitting with y'all. And I'm gonna do a video and show y'all exactly what I used to fucking do. I was such an awkward fucking. But I would pop my knuckles and I would just, do it with my thumb. And so it looks like I was stimming. I'm the fuck autistic. No, I'm not. What the hell is that? The hell? I've always been able to communicate. But kids, sometimes their disposition can look kind of this. It's a fucking kid. Let the kid grow. And people in social media, they like, is your child ready to go out on a date? No. Get your fucking hands up. I will. I don't know. You know what? I don't keep up with her news or whatever. I'm just talking about her child, about how it's not healthy for there to be so many people just, it's not good. Words have power. Okay. Words can have power. And especially when you have a collective of energy. So if that child was ever going to grow out of whatever it was, he can't do it because he's got like 12,000 mothers in social media trying to tell the child that it's something wrong with it. They keep telling the child that it's something wrong with it, and that's exactly what the fuck is going to be because they're telling the child. And Krishan don't really know how to protect that baby from all that social media shit. She's a child. I remember when I was her age. Now, luckily, all my kids came out. They hit the ground running, you know. But that baby needed support and fucking love. You know what I'm saying? Not negativity and negative energy and shit. I'm sick of social media, as you can see. People don't know how to be gentle. They're just like hyenas or some shit. It's fucking embarrassing. Especially when they going in on somebody and they just, to me, they all look like roaches. I hate that when they put people on the chopping block and it'd be a bunch of people in a chat room. That's why you don't see me gossiping about celebrities and stuff, even though I know that there's a few celebrities out there that, they may randomly attack. They may not be the best of people. But there's something to do for that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. She should have kept her pregnancy and that baby private. Yeah. Well, gotta keep your kids' heads covered. These people are sick. Never and you got people that'll sit and gossip about children, and I don't do stuff like that. And girl, did you know that? And let me tell you about this. And I just don't do stuff like that. Got better things to do, first of all. So yeah. So anywho, trying to find that cozy spot of love for social media again, though. That's gonna be the next thing. Weed out the bad. It's certain energies in social media that I don't like. It gets a lot that I don't like. My girl in Japan, oh my gosh, she's such a light. She's such a light. And everybody has their things that they're dealing with. She's not out in social media. But you can tell that she just lives a life that somebody like me not necessarily would be jealous of or envy, but I'd like to, she has like her own chickens and stuff like that. And, I think she has her own bees and stuff too. So that's a beautiful life. Just, nobody want to be. That's just like I saw that video, y'all, the Cincinnati brawl. I was like, ugh, God, ratchet. Horrible. It wasn't even necessary to be kicking them people in their faces like that. That was disgusting. I'm not even gonna say anything. No, it's too much disgusting stuff going on with these people. That's why I don't even like watching the news. But you have to sometimes, especially right now, to stay informed. You know, they do say that sometimes what you don't know won't hurt you or can't hurt you. Yeah, I'm just sick and tired of you're right, Unicali. I'm just sick and tired of people setting a lowered expectation for this bullshit and then telling people, oh well, you just have to accept it. I don't have to accept it. I don't have to fucking accept what society is doing. I don't have to accept the fucking stupidity. So when people say, oh, you're in your own world, yep, I sure am, and I'm gonna stay there. Yep, it's better than yours. It's better than your reality, where it's just all negative and toxic and everything's all tight and fucking pressed. And I feel like my uterus ain't relaxed in months now. Like my uterus needs to relax. For real. That's how you can tell when it's some negative energies, especially when your period be all heavy and shit. I mean, your uterus is like, oh, scrunch, scrunch. It'd be just, oh, God. Then you got people out there that are literally playing the fucking Hunger Games. Just stupid. Like, I saw that on a movie. Because you're an idiot. There's some people that relate money to death. Get rich or die trying. And just, God bless it. Absolutely ridiculous. Everybody all upset and in a tizzy, and it's a trip. It really is. It really is. Yeah. People are stupid. I will tell you that it's a lot of dumb people in this world, just stupid. Just stupid as hell. Trying to write this on here, y'all. So, anywho, that's pretty much it. What I wanted to tell y'all, to be prepared, because it's a lot of distraction. Just the zombie apocalypse. Just the zombie fucking apocalypse, bro. It's a trip. Anywho, so I don't think. Am I gonna do like a Lionsgate group? Possibly. I'll announce it later on today if I am. I think I'm just gonna stick with my. I might do something because I might do something that's 88, 88. Because when y'all be paying for these readings and stuff, those numbers have power. When y'all be paying for stuff, that's why they're priced the way that they are. Oh no. Okay, it's time for me to go, y'all. It's time for me to go. That's my cue. When I start yawning, that's when it's time for me to go. And I gotta go and ground myself. So I'll see y'all later. Okay. All right. Blessings to y'all. Have a good night, Unicali. And oh, did we? Have a good night, Unicali and Stefan. Y'all have a good one. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.